We here are also having powerful conversations to mark World Mental Health Day. We launched our new campaign, What Makes a Man, earlier in the week with Pete Wicks, and it's all about getting men to talk more about their emotions and their feelings. Well, Pete and Dr Tyler sat down for a very honest conversation about what it means to be a man in today's world.
Would you say, mate, that we present ourselves as masculine men?
One of us does.
Yeah, one of us does.
No. I mean, me and you, we've both had like our journeys with opening up about mental health when it goes, especially when it comes to being a man. When I was younger, I was actually the complete opposite of what I am today. I was the shyest kid. I didn't really know what being a man was.
Social media wasn't a thing when I was a kid. So it was only really the people around you that lent yourself into what you thought a man could be. Now I think, you know, for teenagers and young people, they see so much online because people just want to fit in when you're growing up. You want to fit in. And if it lends itself into this kind of culture of the wrong crowd to fit in with, it's really dangerous. And I don't think we had that kind of growing up.
It wasn't really as intense as it is today. So I feel like we've gone into sort of like this online world where there's no rules, there's no regulations, and now people, the companies especially, are trying to backtrack and go, oh, well, now we're going to introduce some safety acts, and now we're going to do some things to safeguard the children that are being exposed to the social media.
I mean, you've recently got engaged, and like you and Molly, you know, at some point, if you ever had kids or whatever else, would you be worried about them now?
We're in a world where technology has developed so far, and it's constantly in our jobs, it's constantly around us. It's kind of like, well, of course my babe should be, you know, educated on, right, you can use that bit of technology, or yeah, you can go on that social media, and there are ways to use it. But I just think if it was a much safer environment, then I wouldn't be as worried about those things.
Do you think about what you're posting online and what message it's potentially sending?
Whenever I'm posting out, I'm actively thinking about what sort of effect this is going to have on the world, because you don't know who's going to see it, right? And it's one of those things that I just love putting a smile on people's faces. I love not taking myself too seriously.
Well, mate.
I love
do it very well.
How I use and consume social media is that I put like restrictions in place. There's some things you can do on certain apps now where you can limit your timings, you can limit your suggested posts, you can do all of those things there, because I don't want to see it. Like, even you mentioned about the engagement, I couldn't tell you the amount of like disgusting messages and comments we got.
Right, so social media is a wonderful, wonderful thing, but in the wrong hands, it is the gateway to darkness. So I really struggled for male role models when I was younger. Looking to what a man should be, it can be quite confusing. You're a role model. Are you conscious of that?
If I can help young people from that young age, they can be like, oh wait, he looks like me, he sounds like me, he's gone through a similar situation. Maybe it isn't all bad news at the end of the day.
At some point, you know, everyone throughout their life is going to go through dark times. I think by having conversations and people like you using their platform, it gives people that kind of thing to go, I don't feel alone.
Yeah.
Someone else has felt that way, and you're doing an amazing thing.
And that's all it is. I mean, when you're growing up, it's those choices and experiences that sort of shape the character of who you are. But those choices are really important, and if you can sort of motivate young people to sort of make better choices, don't get me wrong, experience your life however you want to experience it. But when it comes to this stuff online, when you're talking about toxic masculinity and all these things of like putting people down, that's not a positive outlook on life. That's not something that should be encouraged.
And I think it takes people like yourself to challenge those ideas, challenge how men speak to women, challenge negative thoughts and feelings. If anyone is going through a dark time presently, what is the first step?
I think it's really hard because there was multiple phases throughout my life. There was times when I was suicidal, there was times that I was like really depressed. There was different sort of things that fixed those situations. So one might have been getting back involved in sport, actually just sitting there and talking to my mum about it. There's never one right or wrong answer.
No, you only learn who you are through those bad times. It's really easy to be a good person when everything's going well. And I think the thing about life is finding the beautiful moments.
And Amir is here. Now, we've had loads of messages, haven't we, about this campaign?
Yeah, it's really gone down well with our viewers. Tracy on Instagram is saying, such a wonderful campaign and so needed at the moment. Pete Wicks is the perfect role model for this campaign, which we agree with. And Linda on Facebook, what a wonderful thing. I raised a boy alone and had some really good male friends who were positive role models for my son. We all need someone to talk to, whatever gender you are. And Louise, hats off to Pete Wicks for this amazing initiative. I've got to agree, you know, listening to them there as a bloke, you know, talking about the effects of social media, we've all had it, but hearing boys talk about it just makes it so much more relatable for me.
Super stuff. Thank you so much. And we do also want to open up vital conversations with the men in your life. To pledge your support for our campaign, please go to our Instagram or Facebook page and like our What Makes a Man post to get behind our mission. And that's a wrap for this video. We hope you enjoyed it. We have all the best moments from the show right here on the channel. And if you like this video, then we think you'll love this one. See you next time.